Can you tell me exactly what you said about that? Because your statement was so strong. I just want to hear it directly from you.
Well, I think it's clear that there are not issues here as it relates to immigration. Our cities are not border cities, and of course our state is not a war zone. And when you look at how these raids are being carried out with unmarked vehicles and masked agents, and the tactics that are being used, certainly this is not what we want to see in our cities. They are not war zones. And so what we're seeing is intimidation. What we're seeing is fear being stoked. And people are not feeling more safe. Indeed, we all feel that there's a lack of safety.
Agreed. And I mean, it's even come to the postponement of a Christmas tree lighting in the Bull City because of fear of people coming down to an open area and the, Border Patrol agents that are in the area, which is just not the ICE agents. That's not acceptable, Congresswoman. I don't know how you feel about that, but it is not acceptable to me to postpone a Christmas lighting for 2 weeks because of something that's unnecessary.
Well, certainly. But what it does speak to, Lisa, is that people in our communities believe in taking care of others in our communities. And what you're seeing is solidarity, to whatever we can do to protect members of our community, that enrich our communities, that keep our communities vibrant. And it's what we should be seeing. Our local law enforcement officers are fully capable of dealing with any issues as it relates to the laws of the state being broken. We don't need assistance from ICE. We don't need assistance from Customs and Border Patrol. Again, we've not had issues. And so for people not to be able to go about their daily lives without fear of being swept up, without due process, without the ability to show that they are indeed American citizens, it's unconscionable.
Isn't that what our country was founded on, Congresswoman, is not having to prove or carry around papers to prove where you're from? So, I mean, it's really getting away from what the founding fathers intended for a democracy.
Absolutely. And even worse than that, we've seen evidence of people who have, when asked to show that they are here legally, still being detained. I saw evidence of a young man in Charlotte who was stopped twice in the same day and was carrying his passport and was detained.
Was he driving while being brown, basically? Is that why he was stopped? I mean,
absolutely.
And I hate to put it that way, but that's exactly what we're seeing.
That's what we're seeing. And again, that is unlawful.
Yes, ma'am. That's targeting and profiling. And we have gotten away from that. We got away from that a long time ago. I certainly hope, at least in most communities, I think in North Carolina, we have really, our local law enforcement has gotten away from that. But, another thing, the Department of Homeland Security has stated that, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, this brings in another agency, and you talked about how the ICE agents look. To me, they're terrifying. If somebody came to my house looking like that with a, bandana on their face and a gun or being armed, I wouldn't let them in my home, and I would protect whoever was working in my yard, like one lady did, that for people that were hanging up the Christmas trees, she said, or Christmas tree lights, get off my yard. Yeah. It's private property.
Well, I think in many instances you would, residents would feel that it's kind of stand your ground kind of thing.
Yes.
You're seeing people who are masked. You don't know who they are. They are bearing arms, and you haven't broken the law. You're minding your own business in your own castles, and people are lurking about in a nefarious kind of way. I'm hoping that we don't see our communities having to feel that they have to fight against what is being perpetrated in our communities by the administration. Let's keep in mind that this is ordered by the administration.